I had an incident today, Mark.
Tell me about it, mate. Tell me about it.
So I had to go to the supermarket. I'm very fortunate because my 24-year-old son, Lee, always does the supermarket shopping. He's into health and fitness. He also does a bit of boxing, a bit of MMA. So he doesn't trust me at the supermarket. So over the years...
so you milk that for all it's worth, do you?
I think it's fantastic. And you know what? And he loves doing it. And I guess over the last... When did he get his license? 6 years ago. Yeah, it's about 6 years ago. I hardly go to the supermarket. And it's funny, when you're trying to maintain your weight or lose weight, he's taught me how to read the actual packet. And he's teaching me, in order to lose weight, it's calories in, calories out. And if you've got a calorie deficit, you'll lose weight. If you've got a calorie surplus...
How do you get a calorie deficit?
Well,
take a laxative?
No, mate, that's the quick way. That's the absolute quick way. He hasn't told me that trick yet. But when I do go to the supermarket, I think I've been, I don't know, I think I go like once every 6 weeks. I actually have got this conspiracy theory that before I even get into the car, I'll put a trade on, a little mini trade on just to muck about. And I try and trick myself. If I can get to the supermarket and have made a little bit of money, I can pay for my supermarket shopping. It's just stuff that I make in my head. So I actually put a small trade on and I'm driving and I'm obviously not looking at the phone because...
And what are you trading when you're trading?
CFDs, contract for differences.
So you're doing indexes? Or
I'm doing indexes, I'm doing currents, but it's only a small amount. And
so you're trying to make $50 to cover your grocery shopping?
Yeah, I wish it was $50. Supermarket's so expensive now, it's not a joke. So I get to the supermarket, everything's good. So I'm going through the aisles and 90% of the stuff that Lee and I buy from the supermarket, it's all rubbish. So it's only the 10% that we actually get. So as I've got the trolley and I'm going down the aisle, I'm obviously looking at my phone because I want to see how the trade's going, and it's green, which is really good. So
if it goes faster, do you buy more items to cover the
No,
profit?
no, I don't. But sometimes it's actually worked out that if I can finish up my supermarket shopping and pay for it and have a little bit left over, I've won. And look, I must admit, out of every 10 times, I reckon 6 or 7 times I've been up, which is really good.
Out of 10?
Yeah. But they're tiny trades. They're small trades, and I recommend no one to do it whatsoever. But this time, I had an accident.
With the trolley?
Yeah.
Did you hit an old lady or something?
No, I didn't hear.
You're one of those blokes who uses the trolley to try and pick up?
No. I'm going north, and this lovely old man, he hit my trolley smack bang as I was to get out of the trade. I mean, obviously, I apologised and all that sort of stuff, and I forgot about the trade.
So you didn't get out?
No, I didn't get out. So I've done... this is ridiculous because I'm obviously having that accident. Perhaps I should have rung up my insurer, AAMI, and claimed something. But no, we won't go there.
Well, public liability at the minimum.
Exactly. So as I've done the supermarket shopping, I've come out of the supermarket, I put everything at the back of the boot, and I've gone, oh my God, my trade. It was red.
So you lost your shopping?
So I lost my shopping.
Lost your shopping money?
So I lost my shopping. That was pretty bad. So that's how my morning went. Not too good. I get frustrated.
So that was this morning, was it?
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah, and I also had another bad experience too. It's actually...
so you're in a bad mood today.
No, I am. So yesterday... Is this a good
day to do a podcast for you?
No, it is. It is. This one's got to do with the younger generation. You know how we spoke in the episode 1 about the younger generation? We said they're fast, they're quick, they're smart. I reckon
we never said they were smart.
No, they are. No, they are. They are. They're pretty smart and they're pretty quick. So I had a young bloke that came to my house yesterday morning about 10:30. Young man, and he was basically door knocking, and he was promoting his business for window cleaning. And I'm a candidate because unfortunately I suffer from chronic back pain, and my bloke that usually does it.
Me too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, anything to do with housework, I have a chronic back pain.
No, but I've really got a chronic back pain, and I wish it on no one. And so this young gentleman knocked on my doorbell, and look, I love it when people go prospecting because they're out there, they're doing it. And he presented well, he spoke well, and I did tell him that, I usually have someone that does my window cleaning, but this time I missed out because he was too busy. And I said to him, sure, you can come and quote me, and had a look around the house and all that sort of stuff.
Did you make him a frappe?
No. He only gets a frappe after the job's done. Although I gave you one this morning.
Yeah, no, I'm hyper now.
You're hyper? It's all good. You've got to know how to make a Greek iced coffee. So I actually showed him what I pay for my window cleaning. It's $475. I actually picked up my mobile phone and actually showed him. And I said to him, you know what? If you do a good job, you've got a client for life. That's the message that I left him with. And I said to him, good on you for knocking on doors and promoting your business. And I found that he's been doing it for about 8 weeks.
Right.
And I thought, that's really good. And he said to me he was going to get back to me with an SMS message. I want to read you what the SMS message said. And this is, look, maybe I'm saying it's got to do with the younger generation. Maybe it's just him. But can I say, this is what he wrote to me today. Hi, Harry. Thank you for taking the time to help me with my domestic cleaning window business, because I told him about cold calling and prospecting, because that's what we all do.
Yep.
He said to me, I can definitely do the job this Friday for $1,100. And as discussed, it will take me approximately 4 hours to complete the task. If you are interested, please reply to this message and I can get started at 10 a.m. this Friday. So that was his message to me.
Oh.
I had to respond. Let's call him Tim. Hi, Tim. Thanks for your test, but didn't I show you that I was only paying $475? Didn't I also mention to you that if I was satisfied with your work, you can lock me in every year before Christmas? You told me at the door you have basically started your business 8 weeks ago. How on earth can you charge $250 per hour? His response, sorry, Harry, I don't work for $100 per hour.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, he's entitled to charge.
He's a premium window cleaner.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Right. So window cleaners are charging $250
Well, there's the
per
good, the
hour.
bad, and the ugly, right? So, don't give the guy any crap for trying to get more hourly, get
was
solicitor
shocked.
rates. He wants solicitor rates,
I was
right?
shocked. I mean, I have no problem. I don't have a problem, people charging whatever they feel like they deserve. But it's amazing, a young bloke getting started. And he was telling me that he was actually struggling. And you know what? He wouldn't have a bar of it.
Yep.
So I actually Googled it and found that, what's the actually hourly rate? It's about $80. So
$80?
Yeah, it's about $80. So he wouldn't even
But not
accept
for
100.
premium window cleaning.
Oh, well, there must be a premium. What, do they wear short skirts or something? It's just incredible.
Well,
but anyhow.
I don't know if you want him in short skirts, but
But that was
whatever
my
tickles your box, mate.
experience.
But
Anyway,
yeah, no, that is a bit reflective of
what's happening?
what's happening out there. A bit reflective of the attitude out there, and take it or leave it. And they'd rather go without than make some at a lower rate.
Yeah, why do they do that?
I don't know. I don't know who got that hourly rate in his head. We'll probably never know. But somewhere along the line, someone's told him, charge a premium. You'll get perceived as better quality. There's been some mentoring somewhere here. I would suggest.
I mean, I can understand a plumber or an electrician because they've done their apprenticeship over 3 or 4 years. They've learnt their craft. They're doing obviously a fair bit of work based on their skill set. Window cleaning, $250 per hour? Really?
And what was he saying? 4 hours, 4.5 hours?
Yeah, so he actually admitted on the text that it's going to take me about 4 hours.
So the guy that pays you charge, he charges you $475, whatever it was. How long does he take?
He takes about 2.5 to 3 hours. I mean, I don't mind if he charged me a little bit more than the previous guy. That's not going to worry me as long as it's a good job. But geez, I can't
imagine he's going to get a lot of business at that hourly rate. I'd be amazed.
I'd be amazed too, but you just never know.
No, good on him. If he can get it,
and
good on him.
And I spent some time with him at the front. I said, mate, you just got to keep on knocking on doors. Because, I mean, you really want to try and help the younger generation. The more doors you knock, the more success that you're going to have.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a numbers game. I mean, that's how
but maybe
the
his
universe
philosophy
works.
is at 250 instead of 100. There's 2.5 less houses, 1.5 less houses he has to work on. Because for every one, your rate is 2.5.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know if you can think like that.
He's obviously thinking some way, and at some point, if he doesn't get in your business, it's going to come down.
Yeah, it's certainly
Or he's
is.
going to move on to a different career.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, it's no different are you a coffee drinker?
Not a big one, no.
I mean, I'm not a big...
Occasional drink.
I mean, I'm not a coffee drinker too, but every morning I go out and grab a cup of coffee, take away. Geez, you have to pay up for a cup of coffee now.
Yeah.
$6.
For some dirty water.
Yeah, $6. And the price of coffee is just keep going up and up and up. And you think, wow, we live in an expensive world. So if someone has 2 coffees a day, That's about $12. That's about $84 per week. Is that right?
Yeah,
Is that my numbers?
multiply that by 50 weeks.
That's about 4,500.
Yeah, just on dirty water.
Just on coffee. Wow, what a world that we live in.
But they do it.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a habit. Like I don't know if people are addicted to it.
Oh, you are. I am. When I wake up every morning, I have to have my
And
coffee.
if you don't have, you get a headache.
No, I don't. But I have to have it. It's like if you've got a sweet tooth and you need to have a cake. I'm not allowed to have cakes apparently because of calorie ins and calorie out and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, and restaurants are the same deal. When you want to go out to a decent restaurant with your wife or with your partner, it's $200. It's $250.
Oh yeah.
It's really,
unless you're just having a main meal and nothing else. So you don't get alcohol.
But
you don't get an entree.
Yeah, but you
or
are going to get a
dessert.
glass of wine.
No, I'm saying, but the only way you can be really low, or you go to like cheapy restaurants out there, you know. So like my in-laws do it fantastically well. They've got a Vietnamese restaurant out in Keysborough Way, that, you know, where they live, and you know they have cheap meals and they have fantastic meals. They get, you know, Peking duck and noodles.
Oh,
and
that's
this
great.
And it's BYO, so they don't have to pay for the grog. They bring it with them. But you know, unless you do something like that,
are there plenty of restaurants that you can go out and get decent meals, relatively priced?
Yeah, there are. You just got to find these cheap eats, but they're out there.
Right.
Absolutely. But they're not like fine dining experiences.
No,
they're
no.
more cafe style type dining. You know.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of them are probably in the Asian cuisine place as
Oh,
compared
right.
to, you know, Mediterranean or
Yeah.
modern Australian or anything like that. But you can. You can, and there's lots of food trucks around if you're happy to eat that way, and you know they've got, you know, really good meals through food trucks.
I experienced a food truck thing. You ever been on to Brighton Beach,
No.
Bayside? I went with my partner a couple of weeks ago. It was a Friday, and we just wanted to go have a swim at the beach, and they had Brighton Friday Market. I think they had about 15, 20 food trucks.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, it's not cheap. I mean, it was great fun, and it reminded me a little bit like Europe. Because in Europe, or especially on the Greek beaches or the Greek islands, like you've got all the amenities. You know, you've got your sun lounges, the restaurants, you know, literally 10 metres behind you that can bring you the alcohol to you. We don't have that here. That's why sometimes I get so frustrated.
We have Mr. Whippy.
Oh, wow, Whippy do. Whippy
Everyone
do.
loves Mr. Whippy.
Yeah, I know. They always come in and even talk about Mr. Whippy. It's $9.50 because I had that at Brighton Beach.
It sounds like you got ripped, mate.
No, but that's what people are paying today.
$9.50 for an ice cream.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
From Mr. Whippy.
Oh yeah. It's that soft serve, and you want a bit of chocolate, and you want a little bit of nuts on it. I mean, you're gonna pay up. But yeah, it's just that experience I had in Brighton was a good one. Lots of enthusiasm, but you know, you want to get to those food trucks. You're not going to get away with.
But it's still going to be cheaper
people.
than going out for dinner.
Yeah, no, it is.
Because you're not having 3, you know, entree, main, dessert. You're not having the alcohol, or you might have a glass of something, but you're not having a whole bottle. So it's still cheaper.
Yeah.
And you still get good meals. But it's just a different experience, that's all.
But imagine going out now with your kids and going to. I mean, I'm not fine
Well,
dining.
there's nowhere
restaurant.
you can go really with your kids, especially like I've got 4 kids, and if they all came out to dinner with my
4
wife
and you
I,
and Jody, that makes a
that's
6.
6, yeah. It's a
Becomes
small
an
bomb.
it certainly it's.
But it's our contribution to the economy. That's why.
Is that how you
know,
you do it?
It's a circular economy. You know, one day. Today I eat at their restaurant. One day they might come to me and want to sell their restaurant, and I act on
You
their
do
behalf.
an M&A, mergers and acquisitions. That's a